Hey, what's going on, Charlie?
I'm Jean.
Thanks for tuning in to Multicasking. Today, a very special episode for you. One of Jean's favorites, the Macallan, just came out with their brand new edition. Comes in this fancy dancy box.
My husband got me this as a Christmas present.
I did. Comes in this fancy box that is actually made, Jean, out of cocoa leaves.
That's amazing.
So kind of neat. But this is the Macallan. They had edition series 1 through 6, which just ended last year with number 6. With the first pour here.
Yes, please.
And this is their replacement. This will be an annual series over the next, normally I like to do 6, so I'll say 6 years. But this is the first. And it's the Macallan Harmony Collection. This pays an homage to chocolate. They got with Jordi Roca, who is a famed chef from a 3-star Michelin restaurant. And they said, hey, we want to make a whiskey, we'll make a scotch, a Macallan Scotch dedicated to chocolate.
Man.
And he said, let's do this. What you get on the nose there, Jean Marie?
Do they? I get that rich chocolate. It's like honey and chocolate in the same glass. Do
you remember those back in the 80s, because that's my age, they had those scented markers. You ever get a chocolate scented marker?
Yeah.
This gives me notes of the chocolate scented, as I can talk.
Yeah,
marker.
maybe. Man, the sherry.
Heavy sherry. It's a quasi sherry bomb.
Sherry bomb with chocolate bursting.
It's a rich chocolate. It's not like it's a dark. You can kind of get chocolate notes. It's a rich chocolate.
It's like, you know, if you were to love me and you got me like a big old box of chocolates from like a chocolatier. Not like a store-bought, you know.
But that's a big
You didn't go to Walmart or anything. You went to a fancy dancy chocolatier and got me a beautiful box of chocolates, and I just opened it.
That's what life is like, Jean. That's what life is like. I get that same grandma permanent note that I get that with all Macallan. So
the sulfur.
Yeah. Some folks describe it as a sulfur. I call it grandmother's permanent. But that just tells me it's a Macallan. It's the note I always get. But it's chocolate. I almost want to say it's chocolate perfume, if that makes sense.
There's even a little bit of like a ruby red grapefruit, like that sweet grapefruit.
This is as sweet a Macallan as I've had. And I've only had maybe 10 Macallan different bottles and offerings. Yeah, cherries.
It smells juicy.
It does. It smells like it's going to taste thick. We've had a few drams of these. This is normally a lot lower than what our normal Macallans are. I'm going to have a go in.
Have a go in. I like this nose. If they could make a candle out of this, I'd buy it.
Great call. The fresh cherries are predominant now in the mid palate. Opens up like a Macallan and then hits you like somebody just, you know how they used to make grapes with stamping on them? Somebody did that and trickled down fresh red cherries on your palate.
Huh. For me, this is like a chocolate filled with creamy chocolate. Chocolate inside a chocolate.
They actually have
maybe a little bit of cherry.
Cordial?
Yes, with the cream and maybe some apricots. The finish is so long, and it's just on the back of my tongue. It's got that dark chocolate. That's nice. I like that.
I neglected to say 44 is the ABV, 88 proof. It's a different ABV what they normally go with. A lot of times they go with a 40, every now and then a 46, but 44's an unusual one for us. The nose and, for me, the nose and the palate are fairly similar. You're not getting any hugs with it. I like it. That didn't happen. There we go. I'm gonna do a little bit more water than I normally do. I want this to open up a little bit more than what it's doing for me right now. The difference between the palate and the nose for me is it has dark, rich cherries and a juicy mid palate.
It is. The finish is still
it's got a long finish. Yeah.
I mean it is super long and so nice.
A little bit of lemon now with water on the nose.
A little bit of what it did for me is it's like I just got home. I just bought a gallon of already mixed chocolate milk, and that chocolate milk, fresh chocolate creamy milk.
I get that. Oh, that's a good descriptor. No, I want chocolate milk. I haven't had chocolate milk in years.
A little bit, huh?
Yeah, I'm getting like a lemon juice note, a little bit of caramel. Gene got her first hate mail.
It wasn't a hate mail.
No, it wasn't hate mail. I think his name was David, forget his name, but said, hey, Gene said caramel. It's pronounced
caramel. Each to their own.
Yep.
Ooh, it cranked up the peppers a little bit.
I just don't realize we gave ourselves heavy pours.
That's all right. That's how you keep a wife happy.
That changed the palate for me.
Really good.
So it's much more creamy. You're right, it's got a pepper sting to it now on the bottom side of my tongue. Enriched the velvety mouthfeel of it. Made it much more creamy. I'm salivating more now.
So creamy.
I'll score it first. Then we'll talk price. So if you've had the Macallan, if you've had this Rich Cocao Harmony Edition, let us know down in the comments what you thought of it. And how do you feel about the edition series that they did away with? I'm gonna guess and say you did a 91. What'd you do, Gene?
I did a
92. Okay.
I did a 92.
All right.
I did.
Now, for the price, Gene loves Macallan way more than I do. I'm a rye guy. Gene is a Macallan fan
really
girl.
do. I really love the classic cut.
Yeah, and I like the edition series. You like the classic cut. But you like Macallan way more than I do, so I went ahead and bought her a backup of this. This particular bottle we are drinking right here, I paid $280 for on Caskers.com. Then I happened to find it in our local watering hole, local liquor store we always go to, where most of the stuff in here came from, for $180, and I snagged that bad boy up. But wait, there's more.
Yeah.
We went to a different liquor store we normally don't go to, walked in, and they had two of them for $200. So I got another one for $200.
Right. So you spent $180 to $280.
And you were talking about how somebody loves you earlier. Pretty positive.
Yes.
So the gamut of range I have spent on our bottles is $180 to $280. So Gene, I'm gonna ask you for the
but if you look online,
MSRP's for $284.
some of those online stores have it for like $400.
So a lot of them, most of them actually right now for $500.
Right. So is it worth it?
At this point, I think you're gonna have to put a dollar amount on it.
Right.
Is it worth the $180?
Yeah.
Is it worth the $280?
I
spent $280 on this, Gene. Is it worth it?
I know. $280 is a lot of money on one bottle of alcohol. The flavors are there. Oh man, $280.
For me, $200 is right.
Yeah, I think $280 is just a little bit over.
Oh.
But it's definitely worth $200. It's worth $240.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now this is the first edition, so this could blow up like the edition series did, where the edition series #1, which this is the equivalent of, is now going for $4,000 a bottle.
That's crazy.
When it sold out for $200 at first.
Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy. It's crazy, and I don't know I don't know how many bottles they made of this. I don't know, but it's well done, Macallan.
It's a Macallan. You can't mistake it.
No, there's no mistake.
So if you like Macallan, and you happen to fall into one of these bottles, pick it up. It's good. Yep. It stands up to a Macallan name.
I agree with that. Anything else left to add, Gene?
No, nothing else to add.
I'm Charlie.
And I'm Jean, and I hope you are just as thirsty as we are. And I love you.